It is just any Tuesday, 66 million years ago. The sun rises over the Yucatan Peninsula as it has done for billions of mornings before. The waves break against a tropical coast bathed in golden light. In the nearby forest, a group of hadrosaurids grazes among the first flowers of the day, oblivious to everything. There is no indication, no tremor, no sign in the sky to warn of what is about to happen. The history of life on Earth is just a few hours away from splitting into two halves that will never resemble each other again. At 11 kilometers per second, 70 times faster than a bullet, an object of rock and metal approximately 12 kilometers in diameter crosses the inner solar system, indifferent to everything it will encounter in its path. It is not the size of a mountain. It is the size of an entire city, traveling at a speed that the human mind can barely process. It has spent millions of years traveling a silent path that converges at this precise instant with the position of a small blue planet that does not even know it is being watched by destiny. No one on Earth sees it coming. There are no eyes capable of looking up into the sky and understanding what is approaching. The dinosaurs, who have ruled this world for 165 million years, continue with their usual routines, hunting, grazing, nesting, exactly as they did the day before and the day before that. The last generation of the era of the dinosaurs lives its final hours with complete normality, without knowing that they are, without wanting to be, the last witnesses of an entire world. Then, the sky opens up. The impact occurs in a fraction of a second that completely redefines the word instant. The energy released is equivalent to several billion atomic bombs detonating simultaneously at the exact same spot on the planet. The rock pierces the Earth's crust, passes through layers of limestone and sulfur, and vaporizes everything it touches within a radius that has no possible comparison in human experience. Where before there was tropical rainforest and a peaceful coast, a crater 150 kilometers in diameter and 30 kilometers deep now opens up. The Chicxulub crater, a scar that the planet will keep forever under layers of sediment accumulated over millions of years. The initial shockwave travels faster than sound itself. Everything that breathes within several hundred kilometers of the impact point ceases to exist before its brain can even register that something somewhere has changed forever. There is no pain, there is no time, there is only one world, and then simply, there is not. But the impact is just the first act of a tragedy that will span entire years. The explosion throws a column of pulverized rock, molten glass, and overheated vapor into space that pierces the atmosphere and returns over the entire planet like an incandescent rain. Within minutes, fiery fragments begin to pelt down upon every single continent. The sky everywhere in the world simultaneously transforms into a gigantic oven. The thermal radiation descending is enough to ignite entire forests thousands of kilometers away from the impact, instantly and without any prior warning. In North America, where the heat wave arrives first and with greatest intensity, the forests do not burn slowly. They ignite all at once, as if a gigantic match had touched the entire continent in the exact same second. The animals that survived the initial impact now die burned or suffocated by the thick smoke in a matter of a few hours. And then comes the second blow. An earthquake of a magnitude that no human scale can accurately capture shakes the Earth's crust for endless hours. It causes massive landslides in every corner of the planet. In the Gulf of Mexico, it generates a megatsunami hundreds of meters high that completely ravages the coastlines, dragging away everything that the fire had not yet managed to destroy. During the following days, very fine particles of dust, ash, and soot thrown into the stratosphere by the impact and by the global wildfires, begin to spread around the entire planet, blocking out the light of the sun almost completely. What was once a warm, bright, and green world becomes, in a matter of a few weeks, a world plunged into almost total darkness. Photosynthesis comes to a near-complete halt on every continent. Plants, the base of the entire terrestrial food chain, begin to die massively due to lack of light. The global temperature plummets abruptly. The entire planet enters what scientists call today an impact winter, a permanent twilight that extends for months, possibly for several consecutive years. It is precisely in this dark and hungry world where the true extinction occurs. It is not the flames nor the earthquake that ends 75% of the species on the planet. It is the slow and silent hunger that comes after. Without sunlight, without living plants, the large herbivores die first, one after another. And when the herbivores disappear, the large predators that depended entirely on them, the ancient 15-meter rulers that previously walked the planet without any fear, are left with absolutely nothing to hunt. One by one, after 165 million years of absolute and uninterrupted dominance, the non-avian dinosaurs become extinct forever. In the oceans, a devastatingly similar process takes place. The collapse of marine plankton, which also depends entirely on sunlight to survive, collapses the oceanic food chain from its very base. The mosasaurs and plesiosaurs, predators that had reigned the seas for millions of years, disappear along with the ammonites, creatures that had existed for 300 million years with almost no significant changes. 3 complete centuries of millions of years of evolutionary history are extinguished in what is, geologically speaking, nothing more than a fleeting blink of an eye. But, against all odds, not everything dies that day. In the deepest cracks of the world, in underground burrows, in the dark hollows of fallen logs, a few manage to survive. They are not the largest, nor the strongest, nor those who once ruled the planet from above. They are the smallest, the most discreet, those who for 165 million years had patiently learned to live hidden in the shadows of the giants. Small nocturnal mammals, capable of surviving on very little food, of taking refuge underground for months. Some birds, direct descendants of the dinosaurs themselves, managed to survive thanks to flexible diets of seeds and insects. A tiny handful of survivors who, without knowing it yet, is about to inherit the entire planet. As the dust slowly settles and sunlight begins to filter back through the thinned atmosphere, the world that emerges is radically different from the one that existed just a few years before. The ecosystems, previously completely dominated by the large reptiles, are suddenly left empty. Entire ecological niches are left wide open, waiting patiently to be occupied by whoever is able to adapt first to the new rules of the game. And it is right here where, silently, a completely new story begins. The small mammals that survived hidden in the darkness begin to diversify at an unprecedented rate in all the known fossil record. In just a few million years, a breath compared to the time the dinosaurs needed to dominate the planet, they explore sizes, shapes, and ecological niches that had never been possible while the large reptiles controlled every corner of the known world. Some grow considerably, some become fearsome predators, and eventually, on a tiny and almost invisible branch of that exploding evolutionary tree, primates will finally appear. And much time later, our own species will appear. For almost all the time that humanity has existed on this planet, no one knew what had happened that day. The idea that a single event could wipe out the rulers of the world all at once seemed, to generations of scientists, simply impossible to believe. It was not until the late 20th century when a team of researchers studying a thin layer of iridium-rich clay present in rocks all over the planet began to suspect that the answer lay not in gradual evolution, but in the sky. Years later, geologists working for an oil company in Yucatan would find, buried under layers of limestone, the circular rim of a colossal crater that no one had managed to identify before. Chicxulub had been waiting in silence for 66 million years for someone to finally ask the right question. Today, that crater is still there, invisible to the naked eye, hidden beneath the jungle and beneath the sea that cover the peninsula. But its footprint remains written in every fossil bone that breaks off abruptly in the same layer of rock, in every marine species that disappears at exactly the same geological instant, in every small mammal that, after that day, begins to grow toward shapes it had never reached before. What was it in reality that fell from the sky that day? If the rules of destiny had deflected that asteroid by just a few kilometers, allowing the dinosaurs to continue their reign, where would we be today in the grand story of evolution? I invite you to reflect on the fragility of our own world, to subscribe to the channel, and to activate notifications so you do not miss any of our next journeys through time and space.